Well, hello, everyone. I'm here with Paul Voltmer, new regional superintendent for the Northwest region in NEDA. Also, Paul serves as a pastor of Trinity Evangelical Free Church in Windsor, Vermont. And so welcome, Paul.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Love to get to know you a little bit this morning. And so we have 2 rounds of questions for you. The second round, you already are prepared to answer, but the first one is the lightning round. So I have a few questions prepared. I'll ask the questions and you can answer with quick answers. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Favorite football team?
New York Giants.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? Burritos.
All right. College you attended?
Gordon College.
What year did you graduate?
I finished my studies in 90 and graduated in 91.
All right. First car?
Volkswagen Jetta.
All right.
Yeah.
Favorite hobby? What was that?
It was stick. It was a standard. Yep.
Of course. Favorite hobby?
Probably runner. I'm a runner. I enjoy running. Yep.
How many days a week do you run?
5 or 6.
Okay. Good. Wife and children's names?
Julianne is my wife. Helena is our oldest daughter. She's 26. And Matthias is our son. He's 24.
Great. And last question, favorite band or artist?
I kind of have to say Bruce Springsteen, having grown up in New Jersey, but it probably is tied with U2. I love U2. So, yeah.
Springsteen and U2. Man, I did not peg the Springsteen. I like it. Well, thanks for sharing there, Paul.
Yep.
Now on to the questions that you were prepared to answer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family and your faith background?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, married to Julianne, 2 kids, Helena and Matthias. Julianne and I have been married, it's going on 28 years. My faith background, I grew up in a Christian home. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. My parents became followers of Christ after my sister was born, before I was born. And then my parents adopted my other sister. So kind of as part of the church that they were in, and just knowing being adopted into the family of God, they then chose to adopt my sister too. So that's the home I grew up in. From 7th grade on, we were a part of an E-Free church in Essex Fells, New Jersey. So that's very much my home church that I grew up in. I went into missions after graduating from Gordon. Went into missions in Austria, served there for 14 years. Calvary Evangelical Free Church was my sending church. Met my wife there. Julianne's from Tacoma, Washington. And so we met in missions and served in Austria for, I won't go into all the details, for 14 years, came back to the States in 2008, served at Calvary again, or for the first time, but returned to Calvary, serving as associate pastor for 7 years. And then I've been up here in Windsor, Vermont since 2015, so 7 years as well.
Huh. So you served both as a missionary and as a pastor. Right now, when you kind of think about being a pastor, this is more the ministry side, the call to ministry. When did you really sense that God's call was for you to be a pastor?
Yeah, that's a great question. In Austria, so the second half of my time in Austria, our time in Austria was interrupted by graduate studies to go to Regent College for seminary. And in the second half of my time there, I was bivocational somewhat. I was serving in the local church and also developing regional work with survivors of abuse. So that was, I was somewhat I was in local church ministry, didn't really sense that to be my call. And then even in New Jersey, I was bivocational. I was associate pastor and adjunct professor in sociology. And then it was like 2010, 2012, somewhere in there. I just felt like God was calling me to be all in. And so it was around that time that it was like all in into pastoral ministry. That's about the time that I started looking for a church where I could serve. And that's how the Lord led for us to move up to Windsor.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Well, last question for you here. What excites you about serving as a NEDA regional superintendent?
Man, I really I love what we're doing here in New England. I love the emphasis on church planting. I really appreciate the challenge of being a post-Christian context. I mean, you asked about kind of the tie in between missions and being a pastor, and I really, what I love about New England is I've been able to bring my missionary experience and attitude mindset to the New England district. And I what I'm excited is to then now be able to bring that not just to the local church setting, but to a regional setting as well. And my involvement with you, Sam, with Scott Solberg, and then with the pastors in Northwest New England, just to be able to be a resource to them, help them to think missionally in a missionary kind of framework, in order to plant churches, in order to equip the churches. All that is what really excites me. I love our vision. I love those who I'm working with, and I love how it really fits in with how the Lord has wired me and my gifts and abilities and my experience. So all around, I'm just really excited. Yep.
Well, that's great, Paul. Really appreciate you taking the time to share with us, and excited to have you on board.
Thanks. Yep. Good to be here. Go Giants.